Hi guys, I just thought that I would make a follow-up video to my videos on creating perspective guides. I decided to show you the process that I go through to draw one of my characters, to just give you a better idea of how I work. Alright, I think I'll speed up the video when I start drawing. Now let me forewarn you, I recorded this in advance and did the voiceover after. So I can tell you that at a certain point, the OBS software that I use to record has crashed. Right? I still decided to show you this instead of wasting the footage because there's not much that is missing. Okay, so here I am just going through my layers, looking to see if I made any mistakes anywhere, and I drew the hair separately on a separate layer, so if I needed to modify it in any way, all I just have to do is delete it. And I saved all of these in a folder, right, with the name of the character. Okay, so here I'm zooming in to start working on Kima. Right, change my brush. Right, and here I start back working on the character. You can see from this the type of style that I have when doing my inking, right? A lot of very sharp edges, you know, just making her mouth open a little bit to show that she's saying something. Right? I try to get my strokes in these long black lines, quickly doing them. So now I'll do the outline here for her here. No, now I'll do the outline for her eyes. Right. Use X to switch to the white, foreground and background. This is not really a tutorial per se because I really can't show you how to draw. It's something you just have to develop on your own, you know. And just putting down these thick broad strokes is efficient for me because it doesn't take a lot of time at all. You just do the top of her here. A lot of times you'll see me drawing over these lines over and over. That's just a form of practicing, drawing straight lines while I do my work. So here I'm working on an ear. Now I'll start on the hairline. She has this Rastafarian style hairline, so these are dreadlocks that she has pulled up into one. So I use a softer brush when I want to do here. Not spend too much time on it at all. But at the same time, giving it a good result. Right? So you just go back in and you just delete what you don't think looks good. While at the same time always checking your layer, turning them on and off to see the different results without the references and with the references. So starting on her back and working down, right? And just going in and correcting the strokes whenever I see that they're too thick or they're going just a little bit off the direction I want them to go in. Right? You can also do this in Adobe Illustrator, but I just prefer to work in Photoshop. You know, I just like the feel of Photoshop and how the lines work when I'm drawing them. You know? I don't have to mess around with points and all this stuff like that. You know, because to me, the less of that stuff you have to worry about, the better. You know, but this can be done. This type of thing can be done in Adobe Illustrator, as I mentioned before. Right? See, I keep going over my lines until I get the correct shape that I want. Erasing when necessary. Try to curve the line here to give us some kind of muscle. So you see the initial poses that I did with the model, right? They're just really there for reference. You know, with the blue line layer now, I'll actually try to create the muscle tone and definition and all of that. And when I work, I just try to do things that feel right, you know. If I feel that I'm comfortable with the way something works, well, hey. So right here, I just like in a situation like that, if I didn't like how the head was looking, what I do is just select around it and delete it, and start back drawing over the head. You see, I didn't like how those little details were looking over there. Yeah, so here I decided to delete them outright because at the distance that she is from the camera, you wouldn't really notice that much detail anyway. You know, I will save that for probably a close-up shot. But though in some circumstances it can work, you know. But like I say, it depends on how the drawing feels, you know. Mm. Just go over the fingers with some thick lines. And just adjust the thickness of the line with the eraser tool. So the process is really just draw, try to get the lines going in the direction you want, erase. where it's too thick. Or too thin, you build it back up. Here I'm working on the other hand. Right. I try to draw hands a little different from the style I use for the rest of the body, where I would try to be more rounded on the ends of the fingers. Probably for a male character's hand, I would probably do it more squared off, you know. But if I don't like how the hands are looking, I'll just draw it over altogether. You know, if it just doesn't feel right. Here I'm putting a little indentation for a stomach, my belly button. Delete this line over here. Just keep going forward. So you see the blue reference lines will actually have all the data I need for the clothing and any other little things I want to draw in. So what I do like is I would draw each character on and group it in its own separate group of layers just to make it easy to modify. You know, if anything goes wrong, if I want to draw over a certain part, you know, it will just be easier to access all that information. Back side. I decided to change the line here because I thought that it would look a little better, you know, with the pants just going forward, the line for the pants just going forward. All these things are just a matter of preference. You know, what looks good to you, right? Do it that way. You know. To draw the calves. And you see, I try to make my inking process as fast and efficient as possible. Because like I say, you know, you don't want to spend too much time doing these things, especially if you're working on a project by yourself. You know, you want to try to get it out as quickly as you can in a timely manner. So you draw a little detail on the shoes, not too much. Things like toes and fingers are so hard to draw because, you know, you always try to get it to look the way, you know, you think your fingers are, right? But not the exact distance that fingers would look like at, you know, at that certain distance. You know, when drawing, we always try to reference from our own minds, like how toes would look, you know, from our own perspective. And sometimes our perspectives are wrong, you know, so we end up drawing it wrong. And in fact, we end up giving ourselves more work to do, you know, because you're drawing toenails that you wouldn't even see, right? And if you're doing some color work, you know, you have to do colors on all these toenails that you're not going to even see at that distance, right? Okay, and here we have crashed, and I'll just wrap up in the next segment. Okay, here we are post crash, and you can see that I've finished joining the rest of the leg, and I did a new layer and drew some vines in blue, because as you can see she will be climbing up this statue at some point. Alright, so what I'll try to do is I'll try to put a link to the tutorial videos if this is your first time watching my work, right? And you can pass this method on to anyone that who you think that it might benefit, you know. So I guess we'll wrap it up here for today. Thanks for watching.